Hello, welcome back to my podcast. I hope you're well. And I hope you are having a good day, wherever and whenever you are. And if you're not having a good day, I hope that I can at least provide a small diversion for you and a distraction. I've had a couple of bad days this week. It is, by the way, Thursday the 16th, I believe, of January 2025. I am a day late recording. That is because yesterday was a very bad day in terms of mental health. Just awful. I think, to be honest, that it's just hormonal. And I am feeling still not 100%, but much better in my head today. So, that said, I have completely lost the plot a bit, so I'm probably going to be even scattier than usual. Anyway, housekeeping. This is episode 36, I believe. Possibly. I always lose count until I actually look at my notes, so who knows, it could be 36. For anyone who is new, first of all, thank you very much for watching, for being here. Thank you to everyone, whether you're new or not, but I always get a bit of a kick out of seeing that somebody new has found me. I am Jenny. I am a UK-based crocheter. That stitch isn't right at all. There we go, that's better. I live in North Yorkshire with my husband and my son and our cat. I'm primarily a crocheter. I do dabble in other things, as you will see in a little while. It seems to be very warm in here. I'm feeling a little flushed. I hope it's not showing too much. Yes, I'm sure, not to be incredibly British and talk about the weather, but I'm sure many people will be relieved that it is a little warmer at the moment after the snow and ice and freezing conditions we've had recently. For me, I'd rather it was super cold again, but hey, each to their own. I have gone off on a tangent already. Back to the housekeeping. There will be in the podcast notes links to project pages for any of my projects that I talk about, information on any other creators, YouTubers, small businesses, etc. that I talk about today, and anything else that I think you might like to know. You will also be able to find my website link, my social media link, my email address, that sort of thing. And I always forget to mention this. There is also a link to my Ko-fi page. It is woefully neglected. There's not really anything of any interest on there, which I probably ought to do something about. But if you do feel like donating to the podcast, supporting what I do, I would be incredibly grateful. You can click on that link, and I think I've set it up to say buy me a skein of yarn. Obviously this is entirely optional. Any and all donations are greatly appreciated, and any money that I receive that way is always put back into the podcast side of the business. So any equipment that I might want, although I think I'm pretty good on that score now, but things like, prizes for giveaways, postage costs for giveaways, that kind of thing. So yeah, do head over there if you feel like it. What else do I need to say? This episode will, as ever, be broken down into chapters for you, so you can click through the various sections, skip sections if you want, rewatch sections if you want. all of that sort of thing. I am once again crocheting while I talk in an attempt to keep my brain in gear. It doesn't seem to be working very well, but hopefully things will improve as we go. I hope you don't mind that means that I'm not always looking at the camera. But yeah, it kind of keeps my, I don't know, keeps my thoughts in order a little bit. This is just my scrappy blanket that I'm working on that I've mentioned before. I think that's all the housekeeping stuff. So before I dive in, is there anything else I wanted to talk about? Oh yay! I'm going to go to the East Anglia Yarn Festival this year, just as a visitor. I'm not trading there or anything like that. But yeah, very excited. Cannot wait. It is, I believe, the 15th and 16th of March. I think I'm only going on the Saturday because it's a fair distance from where I am. I'm going to have to spend 2 nights in Norfolk, which is not a problem. But yeah, I'm going to have to stay over for 2 nights as it is, really, just to make. I suppose I couldn't do it in a day, but I could do just 1 night, but it would cause issues logistically, so I'm treating myself to a 2-night stay away from home. I happen to have a very good friend who lives in Norfolk as well, so I'm hoping to be able to catch up with her while I'm there. Go out for dinner or something. She might be coming to the show as well, actually, I think. Yeah, I'm really, really excited. If you don't know what the East Anglia Yarn Festival is, it is, as the name suggests, a yarn festival. Primarily showcasing indie yarn dyers, but with plenty of other crafty things going on as well. You get small. Let me get my thoughts in gear and start that again. It's primarily for independent businesses, small businesses. But there's hand-dyed yarn, there's project bags, stitch markers, knitting and crochet supplies, all of that sort of thing. I think it's been running for 3 or 4 years now. And the lady who runs it, whose name I've temporarily forgotten, despite having watched her podcast literally last night, Laura, I think. Gotta hope that's right. Embarrass myself if it isn't. She seems really lovely. I've never met her. She is, her YouTube handle, I believe, is The Lonely Knitter, or it was. She might have changed that now. But I will link her below, of course, as well as the festival website. Yeah, and hats off to her for organising such an amazing event. It's been really, really popular for the last few years, and I can't wait to go. So that's exciting. I don't think there was anything else I wanted to mention at this point, so I will pop this down. Ooh, so that I can show you some projects. Okay, I'm going to start with my first finished project of the year. Ta-da! This is as you can see, it's a hot water bottle cover. This was a work in progress, I think, last time. Yes, it must have been, looking at the date when I finished it. I'm really, really happy with it. Yeah, it's turned out really well. Not my usual colour palette at all, although, black ribbon. Just using up some yarn that I had in my stash. I didn't really know what else I would do with it other than socks, I suppose. I've got plenty of yarn for making socks with, so using some up to make this was definitely worthwhile. There is no pattern for this at all. I have just made it up on the fly, basically, using a bunch of different stitches. There are linked, this is all US terminology. There are linked double crochets, there are puff stitches. I've worked in the back loop a few times. What else have I got? Oh, the star stitch there. I think that's about it, really. Oh, apart from the top, I finished it off with some, it's either shell stitch or fan stitch. I can never remember which is which, but it's pretty either way. Basically, I started off with, was it a chain or was it foundation singles? I think I just did a row of foundation single crochets for the bottom to just less than the width of that water bottle. Then I've worked around that and then just carried on working in joining rows until it was tall enough. Basically, there's no increases, no decreases, no fancy shaping. The only reason it's cinched in here is because of the ribbon. To tie it on, to tie it up, keep it closed is what I was trying to say. But it's gorgeous, I love it, and it's really soft and tactile with all the different textures from the stitches. I've used it a few times with the weather having been so cold. And yeah, it's a vast improvement on the previous cover that I had, which was fine, but was quite a thick cotton and didn't necessarily transfer the heat very well. Obviously it did transfer it a bit, but not nearly as well as this one does. So yeah, it's been keeping me warm, which is lovely. The yarn I used is, this will come as no surprise to regular viewers, it is from Vicky Brown Designs. It's from the Mini Skein Club, which I subscribed to for a while. I don't at the moment, but just because of money, not because I don't like it. I'd very, very happily continue, but I have to rein in the spending somehow. So yeah, it was from June 2023, so I've had it a while. Anything else I need to tell you? Hook was 3.25mm, my trusty tulip hooks, and I ended up using 62 grams of yarn, so I've got a bit left over which will go into that scrappy blanket that you've just seen. Yeah, it's nice to have a finished project under my belt already. Here's to many more. Okay, so works in progress. I have got more than this on the go, as I'm sure I will have mentioned last time, but I'm just going to show you a couple, just of the ones that I've been working on the most. So I think these are both ones that I mentioned last time. Hold on a moment. So let's start with the rainbow shrug that I am making. It's not particularly rainbowy yet, but we have got the start of a colour change. This is another project that there is no pattern for. I'm just making it up as I go. I've sort of made up the stitch pattern myself. Obviously it's not blocked or anything yet, but it's very, very stretchy, so I'm liking that. I have started and frogged and restarted this 3 times now. The first time it was much too short. The second time it was too big, it was going to be huge, and I don't want that. And then also I realised that the hook I was using was too smaller than I wanted it to be. It was making quite a dense fabric, and I want, you know, lovely drape. I mean, look at that. Look at the drape on that, it's gorgeous. You know, I want it to be light and loose and a bit stretchy, which it now is. So this is good. This is going to be an ongoing project. I'm not expecting it to finish. I'm not expecting to finish it soon, although I don't want it to take it. Oh my god, words are not working. I don't want it to take too long because I would like to be able to wear this in the summer when the weather is hot. This is a cotton acrylic blend yarn, so will be good for those warmer weather months. It is from Yarn for You. So I've put my hook down and I can't talk anymore. Oh dear. There's the rest of the cake. Look, I won't take it out of the yarn bowl. In fact, I can't. It's because I've got it. Oh yes, I can. I haven't got it connected to this bowl. I thought I did, but still, if I take it out, it'll collapse, and I don't want that to happen. So you can see how the colour is going to change and shift along the length of this. And at the moment, basically, I'm making what is going to look like a rectangular wrap to begin with, and then I'm going to do some seaming and jiggery pokery and hopefully turn it into a shrug that I can wear. That's about it for that one, really. I'm looking forward to having it done, to being able to wear it, but like, there's no huge rush at the moment. It is only January, we've got time. But because there's no pattern to follow, I'm just I've got the stitch pattern that I've created is locked in my head now. I can just pick it up, put it down, so it's quite a good one for turning to if I've got just a bit of spare time and don't want to get something more complicated out, or we're watching TV together as a family or something. Well, he's just running the tap, that's okay. So sorry, I don't know if you heard that noise, but my husband's in the bathroom, but he was just running the tap. It's okay. What was I saying? Yeah, progress should be fairly steady. Hopefully I'll have a good bit more to show you next time. Okay, next work in progress. This is not on hold, but it's waiting for me to block what I've done so far. I might do later today. I don't know. I need to not take it back downstairs. Actually, I need to leave it up here, and then I will block it. This is the Weaver Cowl. Again, all the information about who the pattern is by and so on will be in the project page linked below. And I've finished the hood for it. It's a hooded cowl. The colours on this, I love them. I love the colours so much. They're a bit deeper actually than it looks on my screen. Hopefully it'll turn out okay in editing. Yeah, so far actually it's been a pretty simple construction, which is nice. The bit I really, really love, and the bit that is complicated, you've got to pay attention to where you're putting the stitches, is that lovely bit there. I hope that's focusing. You see the spider? Love it so much. It's a really cool little detail. So yes, I need to block this hood. At the moment it is slightly small, but there's a reasonable amount of stretch in this, and my gauge was right. Is still right, I checked it. So once it's blocked it should be fine, and then I can carry on with the rest of the cowl pattern, which is where it gets really fun. I think there's quite a bit of sort of lacy crochet stitches going on, which I'm looking forward to a lot. Although again, other than the bit with the spider, this was another nice simple pattern that I could just pick up and put down for a while, especially once I got past the spider. Kind of this section here. I'm going to move because I keep holding things this way. Yeah, this section didn't have to look. It was great. Just had to keep track of the number of rows. So again, yeah, really, really happy with this so far. Again, there's absolutely no rush on this because I think we are due another cold snap, but other than that, the weather is now warming up, especially as far as I'm concerned. Spring is coming, and I won't want to wear this in the summer, definitely not. So I'll see how we go over the next couple of weeks, and then it might get put aside for a bit. We'll see what else I've got to work on. Yarn. I have spoken about this before, and it is all in the notes, but in brief, this is using yarn that I bought from Ginger Twist Studios in Edinburgh back in March last year now. It's weird saying last year. And I bought specifically to do this pattern. For once, I bought yarn with intention. I think actually I've got too much, which is nice, how I like it. And this, it looks actually fairly seamless, but there's actually two different colourways of yarn in here. We've got, it's all their, one of their sport weight ones, I don't know, but yeah, dyed by Ginger Twist. The colourways, I think this bit and this front section are Birdie on the Shoulder, I think it's called, and this section in the middle is called Voyager. But I think they work really, really well. You kind of, obviously there are darker bits here and here, but kind of the base colour, I think it works quite well. It's a fairly seamless transition, maybe. Either way, I like it. It looks fun. And again, I've mentioned this before, accidental colour pooling brings me so much joy, and watching these little, sort of little stripy bits happen where the darker bits are they've lined up in some places and then it's kind of staggered and then lined up again. I love it. So I know, not for everyone, and absolutely fine. Do what makes you happy, but it is something I really, really enjoy seeing. In fact, here we go. That is the Birdie on the Shoulder yarn caked up. The rest of that's going. Still attached because it says not to fasten off, so I haven't, because I listen to instructions sometimes. So yes, that needs blocking, and then I can carry on with it. So again, hopefully there'll be some more progress next time. No promises. Right. Last time I told you, I think, about, yes I did, about the random picker spinny wheel thing that I never know how to describe, that I set up for deciding which of my many works in progress to work on next. And I spun it, and it came up with the Deco Peacock project for me to work on. I'm going to pop a picture up here so that you can see what it was like when I picked it up. I said last time I wasn't sure what I was going to do with it. I might finish it, I might frog it. I frogged it. Probably won't really surprise you, because I think I was heading that way while I was speaking about it. So yeah, there's not a huge amount to show you, but I just thought I would show you for comparison other bits of yarn in there. So this is how it started when I pulled it out of the hibernating WIP pile. This is what it looks like now. Big ball of scrap yarn that is going to go into my scrap yarn heap. Can you see them? Just on these shelves here, there are some cakes of scrap yarn that I've wound up. So those are all waiting to go into scrappy blankets or similar. This is going to join them. So, so yeah, not particularly exciting thing to show you, but I am happy I have cleared a work in progress from the huge hibernation pile. And that means that I can spin the wheel again and see what I'm going to work on next. So bear with me, because I did not prepare this at all. let's get my phone up and running. Oh, no, not you. And spin the wheel. So we have my WIP wheel. I think I've taken that one off it. Let me just check. Da 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 da. Yes, I have. Now this has got the two WIPs that I've just shown you on here as well. I can't hide them until they've popped up when I spin it. So if one of them appears now as I spin it, I'll hide it and spin again. Otherwise, let's spin and see what happens. Showing up at all? Yes, it is. Ooh, what have we got? Ah, a rainbow shrug. Okay, so I'm going to hide that and I'm going to spin again. Ooh, the suspense. Cassiopeia. Okay, this, again, I'll pop a picture up here. I'll have to dig it out of the pile. This is an old project, very old. This is from, I think, in fact, no, I'm not gonna pop a picture up. I'm gonna get it and show you. Hold on. Okay. Right, here we go. So this is an old project from a Crochet Society box. It's one of the very first ones that I ever received. This is from box 29. When I stopped getting the boxes, we were on box 40 something. And bearing in mind that it's the cat shouting outside the door, she's not coming in. I need to keep the door closed because Kelvin's working and we'll be in meetings, and if I have the door open you can hear him. Which unfortunately means I have to shut the cat out as well, but never mind. What was I saying? Yes, bearing in mind that Crochet Society used to be a monthly subscription. About a year, I think, after I started, it changed to every 2 months. So for it to go from 29 to, well, it can't have been a year, must have been less than a year, 29 to 40 something. And then I haven't been subscribed to Crochet Society for a while. Possibly about a year now, actually. Maybe. This has got to be 3 years, 4 years old. Fairly old, anyway. So this is what the box looks like. Crochet Society is a crochet subscription thing, by the way. It's really good. You get all the yarn that you need for the projects that are suggested in the mini magazine that comes with it. Does it say actually when it was from? It might do. No, I think this is before they started putting the date on them. So anyway, in fact, that's a picture of the pattern in question. So I started this words have gone. Started this actually almost as soon as I got the box because I loved the concept so much. But with one thing and another, I did not get very far and have never finished it. So the pattern is the Cassiopeia wrap by this lady whose name I cannot pronounce, so I'm not even going to try. But again, I will link her down below. Anna, anyway, on a first name basis, obviously. She's a very, very talented designer. I follow her on Instagram, and yeah, she has lovely, lovely things. Obviously not going to show you the rest of the pattern because you'll need to pay for it, basically. The yarn is in here too, I think. Yes, it was a Crochet Society exclusive. This is back when Sarah Jane Bella Coco was still curating all the boxes. So it's a Bella Coco yarn, in fact. You get 2 skeins. It's the Nebula DK, but it's a really thin DK. I wouldn't call it DK. I would say at most it's a sport. You can see that against my fingers. It's really fine. And that's okay, I'm not complaining. This colourway is called Orion. The whole theme of this box was like space and galaxies, that kind of thing. And the other colourway is called Karina. It is gorgeous. It's this sort of shiny, sparkly loveliness, and you can see here because it is still attached. This is as far as I got. Just one end. I think I'd done more and then realised I was doing it wrong, and so frogged it and started again, I think. But I'm not sure, because one of the things I really love, I'm going to have to let her in, hang on, she's shouting. There we go. Yeah, well, come and say hello then. Come and say hello. Come on up. There we go. Oh, you can't see her. There she is. Noisy beast. She doesn't really like being picked up. There we go. If you can come and get in the way now and show you her tail. What was I saying? Yeah, one of the things I really, really like about this pattern is that you probably won't be able to see because they're really, really tiny and a similar colour to the yarn, and I can't find them now anyway. But it's got beading in it. I don't know if you'll be able to see that at all, but there are super teeny tiny beads along this row here. And I don't remember doing that bit twice, so maybe I didn't frog it. Or if I did, only back to that starting row. That you can see. Those are the beads in there. This tiny little organza bag. They are minuscule little seed beads. And it is in fact the only time I've ever done beaded crochet. I just haven't, it hasn't come around again. Haven't found another excuse to do it, which is silly because I think it's really cool, really pretty. So all of that to say, this is going back on my active WIP list. No, don't go up there. There's too much up there for you to go up there. I will try and make some progress before the next time I speak to you. I have a feeling actually that I'm going to have to frog it and start again because my tension will have changed dramatically since then. Oh, careful darling, you've got your claw caught. Oh, there we go. You need your claws trimming again, don't you? That was dramatic. You're not going up on my desk. Yes, my tension will have changed dramatically. I'm fussy about hooks now. I really only use the tulip ones just because they feel nicest to work with. So I think the best thing, she's going out again, hang on, sorry, constant interruptions. Yes, I think the best thing to do will be to rip it all back, take the beads off, start again. So hopefully by the next time that I speak to you I will have done that. That was all incredibly rambly. I will try and be a little more coherent and go off on fewer tangents for the rest of the episode. But as always, I promise nothing. I am a rambly person. Tangents are my jam. Did I tell you last time that I have started doing some punch needle work again? I can't remember whether I did or not, but if I didn't, I've started doing some punch needle work again. See, now that I've moved, I'm using the other hand. This is ridiculous. Yeah, so it started with the intention of making like door signs, for bedroom doors, and I mean any door, but this is intended as a bedroom door for someone whose name begins with A. I did A purely because it's at the beginning of the alphabet. There is no reason other than that. And I really like this one, and I'm definitely going to do more like it. But with Valentine's Day coming up, and my market that I am hosting and will also be trading at, also coming up just before Valentine's Day, the week before, I thought I'd do some Valentine's themed things as well. I quite like this one. It's not very high contrast. I hope that's showing up. I cannot see. But I do quite like that one. Obviously these all need tidying up. I need to sort the backs out so that they're nice and neat. Not quite finished, but they're nearly there. This second one I do not like at all. I liked the concept when I started it, but I do not like the finished item. So I'm either going to just bin it, or in fact no, I'm not even going to start again. I'll keep the hoop, but I'm going to take the fabric out, bin it, get a new bit. I think I'm going to do the same design but with different yarn and in a slightly different way. So watch the space for that one. Yeah, not keen on that. And then literally yesterday, I like this one a lot. In fact, I'm not trying to be clever. I love this one. I did this one yesterday. Again, needs finishing off, tidying up, but I really like it. It took me a while because it's a bit bigger than the others, but still, I got it done in an afternoon. In fact, an evening. I think I did a little bit in the morning, but most of this was done last night. So it's one of the things I really like about punch needle work. For one, it's really therapeutic because you're literally stabbing cloth. So if you're having a bad day, it's quite a nice thing to do. But also it is quite quick. And I didn't rush it. I didn't rush it at all. So, and yes, it's not perfect. Of course it isn't. But I am really pleased with it. And so that will be available at my market. I may pop it up on the website as well. I really need to update my products on my website. In fact, my website in general needs just a little bit of a refresh. But there's always something else to do, and that kind of admin-y stuff is not my favourite thing to do. So I need to set aside a couple of days and just get it done, I think. But yeah, it keeps being pushed back down the priority list. What else was I going to say? There's not a lot to say really. I've used all kinds of bits and bobs of yarn, just using up essentially half used skeins, scrap yarn, that kind of thing. And there's no patterns or anything that I'm following. I'm not using a kit or anything like that. I'm just making these up as I go. So there's not a lot of information to give you on those. But I'm having some fun, which is good. And then the other thing that I've been doing that is not actually crochet, but is very much crochet adjacent, is I've been doing lots of spinning on my e-spinner. These yarns that I'm about to show you are not all spun on the e-spinner. Very nearly messed that up as I was saying it. And I may have shown you some of them before. Not that I'm going to show you loads, but a few. But I can't remember, and these are all officially 100% finished now, ready for use. So this is going to be a little bit rustly because I keep them all in plastic Ziploc bags once they're done, just to keep them free of moths, that kind of thing. So far, touch wood, I haven't had a problem, but I'm scared. I don't want my yarn to get ruined. So start with this one because this is, I think, my most successful drop spindle spin. And it is the fibres from Adelaide Walker. It's 100% merino. And I mean, you know, it's not 100% consistent, but it is, I think, the most consistent, and I just really love the colours in it. So, yeah, really fun because it is, although it's 100% merino, it's got, you know, the way the fiber's been dyed, it's got little splashes of colour and a little bit of variegation going on, which made it really fun to spin up. I think I've got about 70 yards ish, 60-70 yards. I need to check it again at some point before I use it. That looks like a professional mini skein, which pleases me greatly. So that's the first one. And this next one, I think I did show you last time. This is 100% e-spinner spun. My first completed spin. The e-spinner was a gift for Christmas, by the way. I think I told you all about it last time. And this one is from World of Wool, where I get most of my fibre from at the moment, but not all of it. And it is 67% merino, 33% super bright trilobal nylon. It's a word I don't know what it means, but well, mostly what it means is that this sort of shiny, sheeny, slightly iridescent quality to it. I love it. Again, not the most consistent spin, but you know, it's my very first on my e-spinner, so I wasn't expecting it to be. And I've got a lovely, that's a full 100 grams. And oh, it's just lovely. I might make myself a pair of socks. I might make something for my stepmom. Her favourite colour is green, and it was my dad and my stepmom that bought me the e-spinner. Obviously if I make her something, I'll have to make dad something as well, and that's fine. But yeah, I don't know yet. I think it would be kind of nice to make something for them from these first spins on the e-spinner. I don't know, because they are not easily pleased. So it'd have to be something very, very specific. Yeah, I love it. The colourway is called Tannenbaum, by the way, which is one of the Christmas fibres that World of Wool put together. I'm having so much fun with the spinning, I really am. The spin I'm doing at the moment actually is relevant to the next bit of yarn I'm going to show you. Isn't as fun because it is just a plain colour, not even with any kind of iridescent bits in it or anything. And it's 100% bamboo, which is lovely and is spinning up really, really nicely. But this is both a good thing and a bad thing. I'm managing to get it really, really fine, which is good, it's what I want. But it means it's taking ages. But this is good. It is to go with all of this stuff here. I think I mentioned last time, I've got a big batch of merino wool in different shades of purple, which I am playing together with bamboo yarn, just because I happened to have spun previously some bamboo fibre that is also a shade of purple. And I just thought it'd look nice together, and I'm right. But I had to buy more bamboo fibre because I ran out. So I've got 2 completed skeins. I've got another one that is like half done, which I won't show you, but these 2 are completed. So this was done entirely on the drop spindle, this first one. You will see It's very uneven. There's thicks and thins and underplied and overplied and all the rest of it going on in there. But it's pretty and I love it. I am proud of it. Just not the most professional looking skein. Then this second one, the bamboo was spun on the drop spindle. One strand of the merino was spun on the drop spindle. And then the second strand of the merino was spun on the e-spinner. And this, it's still uneven. There are still thicks and thins. Oh no, it was plied on the e-spinner as well. Whereas the other one was plied on the drop spindle. There's still some uneven spin. There's still some thick bits, some thin bits, and so on. But it is much more consistent. I love how it looks. I really do. I'm really proud of how I've managed to get the like colour gradient going, and obviously the because the bamboo strand is a solid colour, it kind of melds it all the way through as well and really ties all the other shades of purple together, which I'm really enjoying. So the next skein of this, and I think there will be 2 more, the next skein will be entirely spun on the e-spinner, so it'll be interesting to see how it compares to these 2. And obviously I'm getting better and more consistent anyway. I am planning to use all these together, which obviously might not work entirely well because they're all going to be slightly different weights. Some of it will be more tightly spun than other bits, but I'm hoping that it will be okay. Basically, we shall see. And I am loving it. I'm really proud of it. I just need to get the rest of the bamboo spun, and then I can finish it off. I'm having so much fun. If you haven't tried spinning your own yarn, I can highly recommend it. Great fun. Right, and I think I'm nearly done. Much quicker than the last time I spoke to you. Yes, I am. That's it. Apart from wrapping up. So, I think all I've got left to say, really. Oh no, okay, one more thing. No, it's brief. It's part of the wrap up. It's fine. Having spoken about Valentine's projects, you may have seen on Instagram, I am going to be making some Valentine's stitch markers. I need to actually get those done in the next few days so I can get them posted on Instagram, up on my website, so on and so forth, because time is running out a little for Valentine's stuff. But yes, watch this space if you're interested in handmade stitch markers, possibly some key rings or bag charms or similar as well. We'll see how I go. Next podcast should be released on the 31st. We'll see. And hopefully actually I should have a couple of other videos coming out around about the same time as this one. I've meant to mention I do have some incoming to show you this time, but I'm doing it separately because it's fibre, and in that box of fibre was the bamboo that I've started spinning, so I've already opened it. So I did a separate little video of like an unboxing type thing, so I intend to edit that today and get it up hopefully before you see this, but if not around about the same time. I have also been taking footage of some spinning and kind of the process around the spinning. I need to get all those clips put together, so that will be another video at some point, and I do intend to do more like that. So yeah, watch this space. Basically, I'm not going to say anything, not going to make any promises about timing or anything like that, because who knows. I'll get to it when I get to it. But yeah, hopefully soon. And then I think the final thing to mention, I briefly talked about it earlier, is my next craft market. It is one that I'm hosting as at the moment, all the ones that I'm attending this year will be ones that I am hosting. I may book onto a couple of others at some point, but I want to focus on my business, my things. So yes, the next one is the 8th of Feb in Harrogate at the Wesley Chapel. I will put all this in the description for you as well. There are, I think, 3 spaces left for vendors. So if you are someone who has a small crafty business or similar, please do let you know. I'll put the words are gone again. I'll put a link to all the information down in the description for you, and do have a look. It would be lovely for you to join me. If you don't have a small business but you want to come along and have a look at what everyone's selling, then please do on the day. It's a Saturday. And yeah, it'd be lovely to see you there. Come and say hello to me. If you have watched this and you come to my market, please do come and let me know. It would be so lovely to meet you. And that's it, I think. Much shorter than last time, all in one go, and I don't think it's too long. I haven't checked how long it is, so I don't know, but hopefully it's all right. Right, thank you very much for watching, as always. I hope you're having a good day, and if you're not, that it gets better. And I'll be back in a couple of weeks. Okay, take care.